you're how long into this job now are you? You're just a few months, right?
Yeah, I started August 2020, actually on August 3rd, which was the first day of our 2020 sparkling harvest. So it's been, I guess, 5, 6 months now.
And what's the biggest change? What's your biggest adjustment that you had to make other than driving in a slightly different direction to work?
Well, everything's been so unusual this year just because of COVID and everything, but it was really a seamless transition. I was really fortunate. I live very close by, and the team here is amazing. And Eileen, my predecessor, Eileen Crane, she left an amazing legacy for me and a really well-structured business. So I feel very fortunate to be part of such a great enterprise. And Eileen stayed on as a consultant throughout the 2020 harvest. So that was really exciting for me. She and Zach Miller, our sparkling winemaker, and I and TJ, our still winemaker, we all got to blend through all the 2020 base wines together. And that's something that maybe I would not have had the opportunity to do as in depth if it wasn't for COVID, because I'd probably be traveling and representing the wines and doing events and on the road. And this year had really that in-depth transfer of information from her. So it was really exciting.
So that leads me to another couple of questions I had. One of which is, I know I've read a little bit about some of your interviews you did with various people, and I know you hold the Domaine Carneros in pretty high regard. Having said all that, and what the great job that everybody knows that Eileen did, is there anything that you think you might want to change in the future?
It's funny, people keep asking me that, and it makes me kind of have imposter syndrome or wonder, like, am I doing enough? And the reality is, and I had a conversation with my boyfriend about it last night, because it's such a great foundation, and also both of the families that own Domaine Carneros, the Tattinger family from Champagne and the Kopp family who own Co-Brand, during the interview process were both, saying, this is a great brand. We love the wines. Everything that we expect from you is to just build upon the existing vision and the work that's been done. We don't really expect a big transition. And when you're not part of it, you don't know. And I was always wondering, well, if I get on board, am I going to have a different opinion and then have to convince them that all these things need to change? But the reality is that since I've been here, I think it's just basically going to be things that build upon the existing programs. So for example, we have an amazing sustainability program. We were one of the first wineries to have a solar grid, and we just signed a deal to expand upon that, but also really upgrade it. So it's called a microgrid, and we'll be able to operate as an island in the case of power outages, which have been unfortunately all too common in California. Almost, I think, 80% of our energy will come from solar sources. We'll be able to use our battery to provide energy during the peak hours of peak usage. So things like that.